Now, my marksmanship skill is sitting at 32 right now, so I probably won't be able to hit the broadside of a barn out here. But we can still use it to pull some people over. Let's pull the kitty cat over. Part of the reason I have Uligor out, he does a lot of black mage stuff, some great nuking abilities. He also does some really good stun abilities as well, too. And that's something that Dark Knight really specializes in, too. Like, if we look at my macros here, just to show you what I've done here, I quickly put some together. I've got, in my first line here, in the control side, I've got, like, my weapon skills, arcane circles in there, which gives resistance and intimidation chance for arcana, basically inanimate objects that have been possessed, like dancing weapons and such. And then we've got, I've got stun as like my number one in my alt line for my alt key. Weapon bash is also a stun as well. Those are super important if an enemy is about to dole out like a really powerful spell, or if you've got goblins that are about to do bomb toss. Really important to get those stuns off and help your team out. I am subbing Thief as well with my Dark Knight. So, level 51 Dark Knight, level 25 Thief, so I do have sneak attack. So that's pretty fun, you know, dole out a little more damage, especially since I'm usually standing behind the enemy while they attack the tank. And then there's Last Resort, which is an attack bonus with defense down, and then Soul Eater is also attack up with defense down, like a huge bonus. But every time you take a swing, you actually lose health, so you have to use that one sparingly. It can also pull a lot of hate, too, if you're not careful. And the Dark Knight, being purely a damage dealer, has about the defensive equivalent of a wet paper bag when you've got all your damage bonuses up. So I'm not going to bother throwing them up for something as weak as this, but when we find something a little stronger, we'll definitely throw up some of those damage bonuses. One problem with Valenerol at this level, as you can see, he just used that Uriel Blade. And unfortunately, that is an AoE weapon skill, so you have to be careful that you don't have him dragging everything to the fight like he just did. I'm going to throw up Last Resort here, and we're going to use an AoE move of our own called Spinning Scythe. So, obviously didn't kill those guys off the bat, but it did do damage to both of them. We are trying to contribute. So I am getting used to these macros. I recently started using Windower, so which just makes the UI in this game so much better. So I'm just trying to get... So I had to remake my macros for Dark Knight, just trying to get used to those. So another thing Dark Knight really specializes in as well is absorption spells. I'll just open the spell list here. So we've got Drain, which is Health Drain. Asper is MP Drain, only works on certain enemies. Absorption spells are ineffective against undead. I'm pretty sure that applies to these ones as well too, I think. And then you've got absorbing stats. So I could absorb strength or vitality or intelligence from an enemy. Not only would that boost me in that area, but it would also nerf that enemy temporarily. Okay, let's see what we got over here. There is a notorious monster out here called Bastet. It's one of those kitty cat coeurl looking enemies. So we're going to keep an eye out for that one as well. I usually have pretty good luck finding that one. Funny enough, I was actually playing this off camera on my laptop, and I had my first run-in with that NM. I think Bastet's like in the early 60s for level, and it was funny because I was playing on my laptop. I was in the process of moving, so I was at my old place, and my computer and all my recording equipment was at the new place, so couldn't record. So I'm playing on my laptop, and I end up fighting this Bastet Notorious Monster, and this Bastet NM uses a ton of, like, thunder spells, including, like, Thundaga 2. So needless to say, she hits hard, and you really got to stun those abilities. That's really the key to beating her. Unless you're so over leveled, you don't have to worry about it, and you can just tank through it. So the funny thing is, my fiance and we actually have a cat named Bastet. And so this NM completely annihilated my group and me the first time we fought her, and my fiance is just laughing her ass off because she's like, haha, you got your ass kicked by Bastet. We have a cat named Bastet. I guess that's for all the times I made her dance to rap music or something. Not that I generally listen to rap music, but I get a little silly with our cats sometimes. So these big guys here, the rock golems, they actually aggro... if you get too close to them, I think they aggro you, but they also aggro magic, interestingly enough. So you gotta be careful casting any kind of spells. I don't think they won't aggro your truss, obviously. At least I don't think they will. But if I were to cast a spell, they'd come over and aggro us. These guys are quite a bit higher level. Like, we're level 51. They're showing up as a decent challenge for us right now. It's been a little while since I've brought out Dark Knight, so I almost have to, like, remember how to play this job again. I find this place this is just a great place to come and level up and skill up and explore, enjoy the scenery, enjoy the music. It's such a relaxing place. I was leveling up here or skilling up, or I think I was skilling up. Can't remember. But somebody rode by on a mount. This was probably like a month ago. Rode by and they were like, they just sent me a tell and they're like, "Oh, how's it going?" And I'm like, "Oh, pretty good. How are you?" And they just tell me, I love the music here. Like they just had to share that with someone. And I'm just like, I know, right? It's gorgeous. It's beautiful. And oh my fuck. I might have to switch to a different tank. Roll, you're supposed to be keeping us safe, bud. Well, let's see if I can pop a sleep off on one of these mobs. Ugh. I can't do English tonight, I apologize. Did it actually work? Oh. Well, I think it might have worked and then I started attacking them, so... Okay. Go ahead and do a spinning scythe. But I'll do my AoEs responsibly, unlike a certain tank here. This is another enemy that I don't believe absorption spells really work that well. Don't put your scythe away, come on. Clunky combat system. Now, one unfortunate mistake I made, again, switching over to knights, a little tired, is I didn't grab the MP refresh effect from the book. So I don't have MP coming back. And one unfortunate thing with Koromoru when you're playing a Dark Knight is I've noticed, and if there's some way around it, feel free to tell me in the comments below, I've noticed that Koromoru does not cast refresh on you when you're a Dark Knight. He seems to prioritize the tank and the healer, which, I mean, makes sense. Like when I'm playing Paladin, he'll refresh me and it's wonderful. I'll be getting like 4 MP back a tick, plus 3 or 4 MP if I remember correctly. Plus Paladin also has auto refresh as well too. Unfortunately for Dark Knight, we don't have auto refresh. We do have the Asper spell, which allows us to drain some MP, so that's helpful. But again, effectiveness, it depends what kind of a foe you're actually fighting. Like, I think you can definitely drain MP from the magic using goblins out here. I think you can drain it from the leeches too. I don't think you can drain it from the coeurls though. So I got sneak attack. Last resort. I think we already used our sneak attack. How much damage did we dole out? 185. Not bad. go ahead and pop out a drain here. I'm almost out of MP. But yeah, if we are able to find that Bastet Master Coeurl Notorious Monster, having Uligor out will be really beneficial because Uligor does a lot of stun abilities. So you can honestly just let Uligor stun the first couple of abilities that Notorious Monster uses, and then you can kind of come in and start using yours. Unfortunately, I haven't found any temporary item ethers. Although I suppose I could just pop one of the ethers we have in our Mog sack. I've been kind of using the Mog sack to hold on to some of our potions and such. So let's just pop like a low-level ether here. Gave us a measly 20 MP. Alright, so this Goblin Reaper over here is a magic using type. Might pull some... oh, maybe not. Let's go ahead and use Asper here, get some MP. Oh, there we go. Got 42 MP. Costs 10 to use Asper, so you pay 10 and it's a get what you pay for. Spend points to get points kind of situation. Alright, sneak attack. I've already got last resort up. Oh, 497. We're gonna get rid of Valeneral because as cool as that Uriel blade looks, it is a bit of a liability with pulling hate, unfortunately. So let's try this guy. This is one of the new tanks I got from login points a little while ago. So I don't know much about this guy. Steal your resolve, and a brighter future will be ours. Okay, he's got a two-handed weapon. Very big overcompensating sword. Let's see how that goes. I wonder if I could sneak up on this rock golem. Let's find out. Oh, totally. Well, that was rude. So I'm not sure if this guy even provokes or anything. Maybe he just deals enough damage that he holds hate. I don't know. We'll find out. I've got so many of these new trusts that I gotta try out now. Oh, and it doesn't look like we can absorb MP from the rock golems. I just tried. So we're definitely gonna have to go back to that book and get MP refresh here. Wow. Doles out the damage, that's for sure. I find sneak attack so fun. Such disappointment when your sneak attack gets screwed up, though. Especially you're playing Thief or subbing Thief like I'm doing. You prep for your sneak attack, and then the enemy moves or turns 45 degrees, and your sneak attack gets screwed up, and you're always like, "Ah, oh, damn it." It's not actually a big deal, but it feels like a big deal in the moment. I feel like it's been a while since we did any kind of EXP episode. Like, I know we did one in the Dunes a while back. So to actually have one where we're just out here just grinding some EXP, just, you know, enjoying the level up process and all that, I think it's really good. It's good to dial it back from the story and just do that now and then. Alright. I should have done this before, but let's go ahead and grab that refresh effect. And this outpost is unfortunately under Beastman control right now, so no Signet guards. I don't think I've ever seen Bastok in control of this area anyway, so we wouldn't be able to get Signet anyway. I gotta say, Final Fantasy XI, I could geek out about Final Fantasy XI all day. It's such a treat, especially when, like as I've said before, I'm a shift worker, and I'm switching over to nights right now, and being able to play this game and just Like I'm having a bit of a hard time staying up tonight, so like I said, I apologize if I'm a little out of it. But playing a game like Final Fantasy XI is just fantastic. Like, there's so much you can do, you just get lost in this world, and it's one of those games where, I mean, I have to stay up late and switch over to nights, and I could look at the clock and feel like only a half an hour's passed and be like, oh wow, it's 5 in the morning. Mission accomplished. Time to go to bed. At this time, it's 1:30 in the morning, my time. That's the time that I'm recording this. So I'll still be up for a little while yet. Okay, let's sneak up on this guy here. For funsies, we'll throw up Soul Eater. Just for the hell of it. Dole out a little more damage. And also damage ourselves in the process, because we apparently like the abuse. As you can see, our dark magic skill's starting to go up now as we're leveling up. And I am... oh wow, I am bound. And being shot at. Lovely. Well, 2 can play at that game, only I'm just gonna blast you with spells. Well, I'm not bound anymore. One thing I love about sneak attack is that it refreshes every minute. So you can be doling out sneak attacks constantly. Let's look at the wide scan here. Bastet, where the hell are you? Have I killed you too many times that you're just flocking off? You're done? You quit the game? You'll be back though. If you quit the game, you'll be back. We all come back. Look at that. That's just pretty. It's like some... just crystals, the water. It's like some life stream looking stuff. I don't know if that's actually what it is, but it's kind of what it makes me think of. More sneak attack. More critical hits. More shots to the butt. Or back. I totally meant to say back. Definitely gotta make sure I'm throwing out some more spells too, just so we can get some of those nice little skill ups. Once I get Dark Knight to level 55, I'll definitely do the same with Paladin. And then we'll figure out what we're going to do from there. And then I'll probably take advantage of the level 55 cap to catch our skill ups up again. There are pages you can purchase in town to get your skill ups up, but call me old-fashioned. I like coming out and just actually earning the skill ups, swinging the sword, doing the things necessary. I also find it helps you to kind of just practice the job, because like, there's other videos I've watched for FF11, other content creators, and reading comments too, where people say, you know, I get a job to level 99, and I don't even know how to play the job, because I didn't take the time to learn it. So, I mean, I'm definitely no expert myself, but I definitely like the idea of actually knowing how to play a job. Oh, I thought that guy was coming at us. I guess he's not. No, I just like the idea of actually having an idea of how to play the job, especially if we ever get into any kind of endgame content or anything like that. Be a long time before we do anything like that, but yeah, you know. Oh no! Oh, he turned towards me when I used sneak attack. That's disappointing. Alright. Oh, can't use last resort yet. I keep forgetting with Windower that I have those cooldowns for abilities. I do it all the time on Paladin, like I'll use Flash, And then I'll just keep like spamming the flash button, and I look over, I'm like, dude, you have those cooldown timers for a reason. I just forget to read them. I forget that they're even there sometimes. I was gonna pop out a drain spell, but he was about to die, so... You know, it's funny, like, 99% of the time when I throw up the wide scan, that NM is there. Not that I'm complaining or anything. And it figures when I actually sit down to do a recording, I'm having a hell of a time finding this stupid kitty cat. Oh wow, I'm trying to get behind this one and it ain't working, so... I guess we're just gonna stand right here. Do more spells. All the spells. Well, look alive, folks. I've sighted Bastet on the wide scan. She is just south of us. I just want to get a little bit of TP built up before we go to fight her. She does dole out a lot of thunder spells. Like I said before, Uligor will definitely be able to help us with some stuns. I've got stuns of my own too. That's the biggest key to beating that level 60-ish Notorious Monster, is to just make sure that you're not allowing her to get any really bad spells out. Inevitably, she might get one or two out, which we can just kind of heal through. But you don't want to be getting hit by those repeatedly. Your party will just get decimated. Alright, so what we're going to do is we're going to pull Bastet over to this area. I really don't want there being any outside interference. Problem is that Bastet is going to use a thunder skill probably right off the hop. So we might have to eat that, unfortunately. But let's just go ahead and see how this goes. Kitty, kitty, kitty. Oh my gosh, the kitty has a taser. The kitty is a taser. Oh, hey, I think we were able to... Oh, good, we were able to outrun it. Oh, maybe not. Oh! Oh, crap. See how Uligor just used stun? So, yeah, that's why Uligor is super handy for this fight. Alright, go ahead and throw up some debuffs here. Go ahead and use sneak attack. And Vorpal Scythe. It didn't do as much damage as I hoped it would, but... See, I goofed up there and I didn't get my stun off in time. I've got my stun macros up now. Let's throw up Last Resort just so we have that damage bonus. So you just really gotta watch the combat logs. See, starting to use Thundaga 2. So I went ahead and throw up a stun, and Bastet has been interrupted. Those Thundaga 2s are the ones that you really gotta watch out for, because they will obliterate your team if you get hit by too many of those. And of course I can keep throwing up sneak attacks when able. Oh, doing it again. Weapon Bash for a stun. Weapon Bash, unfortunately, takes like 3 minutes to cool down. Stun is just about cooled down. Stun, I think, is about 30 or 40 seconds to cool down. I can't remember the exact number. I guess we'll have to see next time I use it. Okay, oh, did I get that up in time? Totally did. So this is going pretty smooth so far. Just interrupted another Thundaga 2. Let's throw up another sneak attack. And I'm basically not able to use any other stuns at this point, so hopefully Uligor can jump in. The only problem though is Uligor, you can't tell your... You can't give orders to your truss. They just do what they do, so sometimes Uligor will still try to use stun even if you're stunning that time. So it gets a little redundant sometimes, unfortunately, but yeah, what can you do? Okay, stun is cooled down. Great timing. There is always the chance that stun might not work. I mean, sometimes spells aren't effective, but I feel like all my stuns have hit the mark, so I feel like we're doing alright. Oh, you know what? Koromoro's using Convert, where it's a red mage ability where he swaps his HP and his MP. That's why his health keeps going low. Oh, and it looks like Uligor successfully stunned that time, which is good, because I didn't have my stun cooldown complete yet. Ah, this is going beautiful. Okay, I've got a stun ready. Oh, no you don't. This poor cat's probably just like, fuck you guys, that's like my one special move. That's all I have, and you won't let me use it. You bastards. I suppose one thing we can do, if I'd thought of it earlier, is we can do some Absorb Intelligence. That should nerf Bastet's damage a little bit. And some Absorb Strength while we're at it, too. Stun is about to cool down. Weapon Bash is about to cool down, too. Uligor, you are... I would call you a saint, but you're a giant, hulking, terrifying skeleton, so we'll have to come up with something else. You are a lich among liches. Okay, just waiting. Sneak attack. Nope. I already used sneak attack. Stun. You know, I'll find out if I'm wrong when I go back through editing, but I don't think she's gotten a single spell off, so this is going really well. Hellhound spawns. Oh, might get that one in. Oh, maybe not. Excellent. 1200 experience for that. No fang drop, but not that I really care, but there, we got to do the Notorious Monster fight I wanted to feature. I enjoy that fight. That's a fun fight. It's definitely good practice for making sure that you got your stun and your weapon bash and your macros in order. Notorious monsters are just fun. They're interesting. I love the thought and the detail and the strategy that Square Enix put into those. Well, folks, that's more or less what I wanted to accomplish for this episode. Definitely wanted to end it off with fighting a Notorious Monster, just keep things interesting. We're now at level 53, so I'm gonna take Dark Knight to 55 off camera, and I'm also gonna take Paladin to 55 as well. So once again, thank you so much for tuning into the series and checking out this episode. Please like, comment, subscribe. I'd love to hear your thoughts. Question for this episode, and I'll have this pinned as a comment. What's a place that you like to go to level up? What's a place that you have great memories of going to? Maybe some funny memories, or maybe some mishaps, some Valkyrie Dune level mishaps. Tell me in the comments below, what was your special place that you like to go to level up, and you have some fond memories of parties there, maybe some frustrating memories. Just love to hear from you.